Hungary's immigration policy, particularly under Prime Minister Viktor Orbán, has sparked global debates on immigration, sovereignty, and cultural identity. The country's stance on migration is rooted in a complex history, its relationship with the European Union, EU, and the broader context of European politics. To understand how Hungary has positioned itself as one of the toughest countries on immigration in Europe, we must delve into its historical background, the specific actions it took during the European migration crisis, and the ongoing disputes with the EU. In recent years, Hungary's approach to immigration has become a focal point for intense discussions within and outside of Europe. Orbán and his government have taken a firm stand against mass immigration, citing concerns about national identity, security, and sovereignty. Hungary, as a landlocked country in Central Europe, has always played a crucial role in European geopolitics, particularly due to its location along the so-called Balkan migration route. This route became one of the main pathways for migrants fleeing conflict zones in the Middle East, Afghanistan, and Africa, heading towards the EU. In 2015, Europe faced an unprecedented migration crisis as millions of asylum seekers, mainly from Syria, Afghanistan, and other war-torn regions, sought refuge in Europe. This led to a surge of migrants crossing into Hungary, which became a critical entry point into the EU. Faced with thousands of migrants arriving daily, the Hungarian government, under Orbán's leadership, took dramatic steps to curtail the influx. One of Hungary's most significant actions was the construction of a heavily fortified barrier along its southern borders with Serbia and Croatia. This was a key element of a larger strategy aimed at stopping illegal crossings and re-establishing full control over the nation's borders. The fence, equipped with advanced surveillance technology, patrols, and even electric shock capabilities, became a powerful symbol of Hungary's firm stance against mass migration. As a result of these measures, illegal border crossings dropped by an impressive 99%, allowing Hungary to regain control of its migration situation. Violent crime, which had surged during the crisis, also decreased, and Hungary quickly became one of the safest countries in Europe. While Hungary's measures seemed effective in curbing illegal immigration, they also sparked significant controversy. Human rights organizations condemned the conditions in the makeshift transit zones where many migrants were detained. Hungary's policies were also seen as violating the rights of asylum seekers, who often found it difficult or impossible to apply for refugee status. This led to a series of legal battles between Hungary and the EU, as the European Commission pursued multiple infringement procedures against Hungary for failing to comply with EU asylum regulations. To understand the roots of Hungary's immigration policy, it's essential to examine its historical relationship with Islam. Hungary has a long and complex history with the Muslim world, dating back to the Ottoman Empire's expansion into Europe. The pivotal moment in this history occurred in 1526, when the Ottoman forces, led by Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, defeated the Hungarian army at the Battle of Mohacs. This defeat resulted in Ottoman control over much of Hungary for over 150 years. During this period, Hungary became a battleground between Christian Europe and the Islamic Ottoman Empire, and the Hungarian identity was forged in this struggle. The country earned the nickname the Fortress of Christianity due to its role in defending Europe from further Ottoman expansion. This historical context has profoundly influenced Hungary's modern stance on Muslim immigration. The memory of Ottoman rule and the defense of Christian identity have become ingrained in Hungary's national consciousness. When the 2015 migration crisis brought a significant number of Muslim migrants into Europe, these historical associations likely shaped Hungary's response. Prime Minister Orbán and his supporters have often framed the immigration issue in cultural and religious terms, emphasizing the need to protect Hungary's Christian heritage from what they perceive as the threat of mass Muslim immigration. The European Union's approach to migration stands in stark contrast to Hungary's. The EU, through its laws and directives, requires member states to share the responsibility of housing and processing refugees. However, Hungary has repeatedly refused to comply with these directives, arguing that they infringe on its sovereignty. In 2020, Hungary was fined $200 million by the European Court of Justice for severely restricting access to asylum procedures. This fine was part of a broader legal battle between Hungary and the EU, which has continued to escalate over the years. Hungary's government, led by Orbán's Fidesz party, has adopted a defiant stance in response to the EU's demands. The Hungarian government has made it clear that it will not compromise on its immigration policies, which it views as essential for protecting the country's sovereignty, culture, and national security. In a provocative move, Hungary's Deputy Interior Minister, Robert Repasi, announced that Hungary would offer free bus transport to migrants, sending them directly to Brussels, the capital of the EU, as a form of protest against what Hungary views as unfair asylum policies. Hungary's tough stance on immigration is part of a broader trend across Europe. While Hungary has taken some of the most extreme measures, other countries have also begun to reconsider their immigration policies in the face of growing public concern about immigration. This trend is particularly evident in Germany, where the government recently deported 28 Afghan nationals back to their home country, marking a significant shift in Germany's immigration policy. The broader implications of Hungary's approach to immigration are still unfolding. While Hungary has succeeded in reducing illegal immigration, its policies have raised important questions about the future of the European Union and its ability to manage migration. The EU was founded on the principle of solidarity, with member states working together to address common challenges. However, Hungary's defiance of EU migration laws has exposed deep divisions within the Union, particularly between Eastern and Western European countries. These divisions are likely to deepen in the coming years as the EU continues to grapple with the challenges of migration, national sovereignty, and cultural identity. Hungary's immigration policies are also evolving. In March 2024, Hungary introduced significant changes to its immigration system. The single permit system, which allowed foreign workers to obtain both work and residence permits under a single application, was scrapped in favor of a more restrictive system. The new laws introduced multiple types of permits, including a guest worker permit that imposes strict limitations on foreign workers, including a ban on family reunification. These changes are part of Hungary's broader strategy to nationalize its labor force and reduce reliance on low-skilled foreign workers while still attracting highly skilled talent. Despite these efforts, Hungary's restrictive immigration policies are likely to deter many migrants from seeking work in the country. The new system is designed to attract highly skilled workers, particularly in areas like engineering and information technology, where Hungary is facing severe labor shortages. However, the restrictive nature of the permits, combined with Hungary's reputation as one of the toughest countries on immigration, is likely to limit the number of foreign workers who choose to come to Hungary. Hungary's battle with the EU over immigration is far from over. Since 2015, the European Commission has opened multiple infringement procedures against Hungary for its refusal to comply with EU refugee quotas and asylum regulations. While Hungary has maintained its stance, the European Court of Justice has repeatedly ruled that Hungary's policies violate the rights of migrants. Most recently, in 2023, the ECJ ruled that Hungary's embassy-based asylum system infringed upon migrants' rights by limiting their access to the asylum process. Despite these rulings, Hungary remains defiant. Orbán continues to argue that Hungary has the right to protect its borders and national identity, and that the EU's immigration policies are out of touch with the realities faced by individual member states. This ongoing tension between Hungary and the EU is reshaping the immigration debate across Europe, with questions about national sovereignty, cultural identity, and the future of the EU coming to the forefront. Looking at the numbers, Hungary's immigration policies have had a significant impact. By the end of 2023, Hungary hosted over 43,000 immigrants, up from 263,000 just 5 years earlier. This increase is largely due to the war in Ukraine, which led to over 41,000 requests for temporary protection between 2022 and 2023. However, asylum applications have dropped drastically, down 94% since 2019. In 2023, Hungary received just 31 asylum applications, highlighting how its strict policies have severely limited access to asylum. Hungary's immigration policies have placed it in direct conflict with the European Union and sparked debates that go beyond just border control. As the EU grapples with how to manage its immigration challenges, Hungary has chosen to chart its own path, focusing on sovereignty, national security, and cultural identity. The question remains, will Hungary's hardline approach influence other countries to follow suit, or will it deepen the divisions within the European Union? If you enjoyed this video and want to stay informed on similar topics, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation. See you in the next video.